I wanted to be able to give you guys tools so that if you're struggling mentally, if you feel like you are not doing great, you can start taking action today.
Welcome to the Boss Ladies Mindset channel, powered by Crown for Success, the largest women's empowerment network for soulful CEOs on social media. We are a coaching business that mentors and motivates women to reach their highest potential in business and mindset mastery. Each one of our episodes will share valuable tips, resources, interviews, and empowering information that will help boss ladies design a life and business they're crazy as fuck about.
Hey guys, Anahi, the self-worth coach, here for my final video of my 3-part series about the role of worthiness in mental health. And this is something that we wanted to create for you guys. And when I say we, I mean the amazing women from the Crown for Success team and the Boss Lady Mindset. And basically, we are a worldwide organization where you have women from all different parts of the world, from all different backgrounds, with all different beliefs, coming together, supporting one another in building successful business and, more importantly, happy lifestyles. I am one of the regional vice presidents. I graduated last year, I think. And what we do is that we create tools, we offer programs, and we are there to support women who have dreams in getting those dreams. And as a regional vice president, one of the things that I do is that I love doing is this, creating videos, because I feel like it's the best way to empower other women. But there's so much more that the Boss Lady Mindset offers. It offers coaching programs, it offers business programs. So if you have an idea but you don't know how to get there, or maybe you don't have any idea but you want to have some financial independence, this is a place to look for that support and to look for those tools. So with that, let me tell you a little bit about me, Anahi, the self-worth coach. And basically what I do is that I support overachieving millennial women in finding the balance in their life so they can really thrive, and then they can make that vision that they have for themselves into their reality. They come to me because they're burnt out, they're overwhelmed, they're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And then we just go zoop, zoom in on that vision, and then we make it happen. And it's a job that I'm super passionate about and I'm super excited to do every day, because I believe that it is by empowering women that we are gonna transform the world. And this is the game that I'm here for, basically. So when we started talking about what to create to support more and more women through October, which is the International Mental Health Awareness Month, I was like, I got it. Some of us might have never had issues with mental health, but to me, mental health is something that is really tight in my heart, because I struggled with depression most of my life. I had postnatal depression after I had my first son, and it wasn't until I really got the tools that I needed that I was able to control it and to have it on remission and to feel loved and happy and joyful for life, basically. I haven't had a relapse in so long now. So I wanted to be able to give you guys tools so that if you're struggling mentally, if you feel like you are not doing great, you can start taking action today so that we can change that. Now, in the first part of this 3-part series, we talk about what is worthiness and what is the role of worthiness in the support of our mental health. On our second one, we went more around our mindset. What is our mindset? How do we change our mindset? And now today, I want to talk a little bit about nourishment, because when we think about nourishment, many times we think about diets, but in reality, nourishment is anything and everything that brings you nurturing energy. So yeah, of course, it's gonna be your diet, it's what you eat, but it's also who you hang out with, it's how you think, how you talk to yourself, it's the media that you consume, it's the people that you surround yourself with, it's everything and anything that you do that could be either making you or breaking you. That is nourishment. And this is a concept that I utilize a lot as a coach, because whenever I work, whenever I have also a background in nutrition, and whenever I talk to my clients, they're like, oh, I'm not here for a diet. Or even some of them are come to me for a diet, and I'm like, okay, we can talk about diet all you want, but we need to talk about the relationship here, because the relationship here is going to affect what you do here every single day. If you don't see yourself worthy, you're going to be controlling this, but your body's not going to be able to really ease itself into a place of joy and maybe weight loss, depending on your goals. So when we think about nourishment, there's a strong connection between the I and the self. And when we think about the I, imagine that it's kind of like the one that is getting things done for the self. It's the part of the brain that when you're hungry thinks, what are we gonna eat, and orders or goes to the kitchen and makes a salad. Like, that is the I. The I's purpose is to make sure that the needs of the self are constantly being fulfilled. That's it. What happened is that many times the I has been so tainted by the limiting beliefs and all the stories that it heard about ourselves growing up, that it tells us, no, that is not a valid need. You don't deserve that. You don't need that. Oh, come on, shush. Have you ever told yourself, oh my God, I feel really low today? And then another voice came and said, what are you talking about? You're such a drama queen. This is the relationship between the I and the self. And when we don't see ourselves worthy, we don't see ourselves worthy of nourishment. So for women, and this is the data behind this is scary, because many women go for years and years and years struggling with different conditions and never asking for help, because their sense of self is so low. They see themselves as unworthy, therefore they don't ask for help. And this is something that we need to start changing. So when we think about nourishment, it's not just self-care as in I'm gonna get a mani and a pedi. It's also reaching out to your general practitioner or to your family doctor when you feel like there's something that is not well. And that could be something mentally, or but it could also be something physically. When you have a lump, when you have a pain, when you are not at your best, because we all deserve to be at our best. So the role there of worthiness is to remind yourself that pain is not meant for life. And when we talk about nourishment, a lot of the time people start having these conflicting ideas. I mean, like I said before, I have a background in nutrition, and I have heard it all. I have clients that are vegans and that are thriving. I have clients that are doing keto and that are thriving. I have clients that are doing vegetarian keto and are thriving. And I have clients that eat whatever the fuck they want and are thriving. So when we talk about nourishment, the first question that you need to ask yourself is, what is nourishment to me? And you start with your diet. What do I want my diet to be like and why? And then you go for everything else. So nourishment to me, for example, is making sure that I go to the beach at least once a week if I can. If I can go paddleboarding, even better. Is going to the gym. I do CrossFit and I love it. So that's one of the ways that I nourish myself. Is going to therapy every 2 weeks because it helps me cleanse. Is doing a work that I love doing with all my heart open. Is connecting with my children when I have them close by. Is connecting with my friends once a week, either a dinner or a movie or something. This is all nourishment. But nourishment is not just the pretty bits. Nourishment is also facing my own bullshit. Is being disciplined when I'm pursuing my dreams. Is journaling through hard emotions. This is nourishment, right? So when you start to ask yourself, what nourished me? And I always recommend that you separate it in different areas. So you think body, you think mind, emotions, relationships, and then you can think about resources and meaning. In those 6 areas, what nourishes me? Maybe for meaning, what nourished me the most is to go to church or to go to the mosque. But maybe for other person, what nourished me the most is to be in communion with nature. And maybe for that person, the best way to connect, to nourish their relationships is to make sure that they have a date night every week with their spouses or their partners. But maybe for someone else, it's gonna be having solo time so they can recharge their brains and then they can face their family. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is that it is about you. Your nourishment has to be authentic and it has to be aligned with you, your needs and your wants, because otherwise it's not gonna be nourishing. For example, I hate spas, and whenever I say this to my friends, they're like, what? So when I think about nourishment, I will never think, oh, I'm gonna go to a spa. That doesn't nourish me. Now, give me a good cup of coffee and a couple of hours for me to read, I'm in. So start by asking yourself, what nourishes me? Number 1. And then after that, how can I start either reframing the things that I'm doing that are already nourishing but I'm missing out because I'm not paying attention, or adding some of these nourishing things to my life? Now, I mean, obviously, wouldn't it be lovely if we could go to Maldives every week for a couple of days just to recharge? But it's not like that, right? So if you know, for example, I know that to me, being in the sea is something super nourishing. Do I have a beach in front of my house? I don't. But then I try to book space and time within my calendar to go to drive a little bit further and to spend, even if it's 1 hour by the beach every so often, because that's going to be nourishing for me. So it's about looking for the freedom and the possibilities to nourish yourself within the limitations of your life, within the limitations of work or entrepreneurship or children or money or whatever. When we talk about nourishment, we don't want to talk about spending money or buying things. We want to talk about what is it that my soul is craving right now. For example, for some of my clients, working with me is their nourishment, and that's where they allocate their funds. For me, I can tell you, I prefer 10 times to pay for therapy than to get my nails done. So you need to make sure that you are making this nourishing and aligned with your needs and your wants and your vision of life. Because if your vision of life is to save a lot of money or to buy yourself a new house, maybe the nourishment has to be more low-key but equally powerful. So you can start with reframing some things, but then also what else can I add to make this even more nourishing, to make my life more around me? Because ultimately, the whole goal of this process is to create a self-loving lifestyle that is so embedded in self-care, that is so nourishing and so soothing, that when and if you need support, you reach out for it at the first moment, that you don't wait for you to be drowning and burnt out and suffocating in all these big emotions to ask for help, because you know that you deserve the help right now. So my final tip in this 3-part series is to slow down. Ask yourself, what is going to nourish me? And then start giving it to you every single day. Remember, this is not about money. This is not about spending. This is about you showing up for you. Who are the most important person in the universe for yourself is you. So you are taking care of you every single day, as much as you can, lovingly, knowing that you deserve it, that you're worthy, and that ultimately the goal is for you to be a joyful person because you deserve it. Not because the world needs you joyful, but because you deserve to be joyful. And if you're ready, if you're listening to all of this and thinking like, yes, I'm ready to take the step, I want to do this. This is the thing that I've been wanting to do to support myself, to support my mental health, and to expand myself. Make sure that you go to the links here and book yourself a free 30-minute conversation with me. I'm sure that it's going to be super nourishing, that it will give you so many tools. And then maybe, who knows, maybe I can take you towards your vision from a place of power and pleasure. So there's always that possibility. And as always, you can follow me on all my social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, on LinkedIn, I'm on all the places. And make sure that you share this content with someone, that you tag a friend, and that you bring some of this nourishment to the people that you love, because they are also needing it. I'm pretty sure that everyone is going to appreciate to have some tips to be happier and to protect their mental health, not only in October, but forever. And as always, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned, because we have so much more happening and so much more coming your way. So stay tuned for that. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Boss Ladies Mindset channel powered by Crown for Success. Please tune in next week for another episode, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at RVP Queens, at The Girl Gang Confidential, at Crown for Success, at Strong Women Are Beautiful, and of course at Boss Ladies Mindset.